Cool.
2, 1. And we should be live.
Oh, groovy! We are live!
So we've got the logo.
The logo.
On right now. Do some talking, do some
Yep, we do some logo until I can see myself. Bring in the viewers. Bring in the viewers. Yeah, I like this. I like this. Yeah, you want to do your checks? Yeah. Dylan, how you doing? You good, my friend?
I'm doing good.
Oh, you good? You
good.
Yeah,
I'm ready.
You good. Alrighty. Deep diving. Now deep diving. Alright. Okay. Let me know. Let me know when we go with the flow, yo. Let me know when we go with the flow, yo. Let me go. Let me know.
We're
here?
We're good.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the podcast, Fun with Foobz and Chris, episode number 10, podcast number 10, whatever you want to call it. Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? We are here. We are back. All right, this is the one on me, right? I'm gonna come down just a tad.
Just a tad?
Yeah, just a tad. Just a... Whoa!
Fuck.
That's okay, ladies and gentlemen. That's okay. This is how we do it. This is how we do it. Hey, man, if I gotta... There we go. There we go. How's that?
We
good?
We're cutting this off, but
okay.
we can throw that.
Yeah, we'll throw that in there later. We're a little offset. That's all good. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Podcast number 10, January 13th, I believe is the date, 2018. We are here again. We're 10 episodes in. I can't be way more excited than this.
Yeah.
I am here again, of course, with my co-host, Chris McDavid. And our guest again, Dylan Kiefler. Thank you for showing up.
Thanks for having me.
We have our guests, of course, watching the show. We're not going to tell you who it is, but we have guests here, which is great. Say hi.
We have a live studio audience.
My name is Jeff. My name is all right, ladies and gentlemen, you know what we do. Fuck Jeff, man. God damn. Fuck you, Jeff. So, ladies and gentlemen, you know exactly what we do here on the podcast. The first thing we do before we get started is we give shout-outs, and major shout-outs, of course, to our sponsors and to our lovely gentlemen who just love our podcast that we give shout-outs to. So the first thing we do is Curly's Coils for your harder, better, faster, stronger vaping needs. Get to the guys on Facebook at Curly's Coils, ladies and gentlemen. They got Alien Head still. They got all these. The only one I really know is the Alien Head because that's the one I love. That thing was like huge, and I need a vape for that need. Oh my god, that thing was awesome. And it's really cheap too because it's like homemade stuff. You guys would love it. So get to the boys at Curly's Coils. Pretty sure they deliver outside of Alberta now, which is also something that is a lot of my viewers in Ontario and stuff like that would love if you were a vapor. Get to them. Like them, share them, Facebook, all that shit. Our second shout out? No. Our sponsor now, ladies and gentlemen, for 2018 is our boys at Rare Form Theater for their new up-and-coming play, Dying to Meet You, which is a hilarious, fast-moving comedy. It's about Richard and his wife, Barbara, accidentally offering the same lodgings to a young undertaker and a young woman who has the mafia after her. Confusion, panic, cross-dressing, and many misadventures abound in this great night of theater, ladies and gentlemen. Tickets are available at ticketpro.com for the February 23rd and 24th showings at 7:30 p.m. each night. It is $18 at the door and online, ladies and gentlemen. It is directed by our good friend and our new sponsor to the podcast, Christian Stannard. It's got a lot of great friends of ours, a lot of great actors and stuff like that. One of those in which went to school in New York, like the theater school at New York, and he got the part that I wanted. So I mean, hey, I'm not mad. I'm just stating. I'm just stating. I lost to like that. Okay, so like that's my ego getting stroked right there.
Yeah,
I love it. Anyway, so that's our sponsors there.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I'm going to Daddy-O's next. Next is our shout out because he's not our sponsor, but he helped with the giveaway that we gave to Logan McKelrick last year, right before Christmas time. Is Daddy-O's Fort Saskatchewan. What is their location there?
10309A 100th Avenue from Monday to Friday, 10:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. Saturday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. You can also get to them by www.daddyos.com.
Yes, sir. That's what it is. Daddy-O's has got everything that you need from all your fine smoking accessory needs and all of these little knickknacks that they have. They got t-shirts, they got socks, they got incense, they got candles, they got posters, they got skateboarding stuff. Like Corey Downtown has got everything for you, gentlemen. And ladies. Can't forget your ladies. And Z's. So, yeah,
I think.
Whoa! And so get down to Daddy-O's Fort Saskatchewan, ladies and gentlemen. So that's it for the shout-outs. The first thing we're going to do before we get into the fucking meat and grime of our nice podcast here is we're going to tell you basically this is episode number 10. We are 10 in, and we are 10 strong, and I'm loving this because we got followers, we got fans, we got everybody that has been giving us a lot of love and support around the community. And we thank you for that. So this is number 10. We're obviously going to do some big shit going down the road for like episode number 25, episode number 50, you know, stuff like that. And of course, stay tuned for more giveaways that are going to be coming down in the future for this podcast. Of course, if you want to see any of our podcasts after it is done on Facebook Live, you can get to us and follow us and subscribe to us on our YouTube channel at FunWithFoobz and Chris channel, where, there you go. You can also get to our Snapchats for a lot of the behind-the-scenes content on this podcast, whereas mine is Foobz77. My co-host there, Chris, is Tercero Chris. We also now officially have our own Instagram.
Yeah!
Chris has done it!
I did it! It took me like 5 minutes!
Yeah.
Good job.
I don't know why I was having so many issues.
It is up there, ladies and gentlemen. Just look for the logo and you will know it's us at the Fun with Foobz and Chris Instagram, of course. What else was it going to be? And now, officially, as of last night, my side of the homework was to get the Facebook page up, ladies and gentlemen, in which we did that. And the Facebook page is now up at the Fun with Foobz and Chris Facebook page, where you can like and share and basically tell people to start getting involved with that. We're going to have a lot of just really rated R content on there, like really bad statuses. Is that good right there?
Yeah.
I know, it's just a
fucking
rubber band.
And just
man.
off, right?
It's a rubber band.
It's
right
not
here.
bad, though. It's
stupid.
kind of like, what do they call that with it? It's
Oh,
like a
that
Dutch
little side-
angle.
Yeah,
it's
I
like a
like
Dutch
that.
angle.
Okay. So yeah, we got
Angle, yeah.
we got a lot of stuff like that we're gonna do on our Facebook page. We're just gonna make a lot of edgy and savage statuses that a lot of these people like, but we're also gonna inform you. We're gonna have a lot of just articles that we think are involved in our podcast on there, so you can go and see them yourselves. Anything that we talk about, we're obviously going to share and post there, of course, so that you can see them as we go. And as with that, let's get into the community talk, shall we?
Wait, I just realized on the board it says today dicks pretty radiant.
Yeah. So we were going to get into that. So yeah, I was making this. I was making this up, and Kim was down here, and she goes.
I noticed that too.
I was like, today on the podcast we're gonna have, and she goes, "What are you gonna have?" And I'm like, "Dicks, I guess," because she's like, "Dicks. You have to have dicks on the podcast. All the dicks." I was like, "What?" She's like, "Just say it was a Pretty Lady exclusive. Dicks on the podcast." So
Okay.
There apparently it was gonna be dicks on the podcast. We cut that out in the fine print and behind the scenes content.
It's
for a
all
lot
my
of,
dick. It's all my dick. This whole backdrop, dicks. There's so many of them. It's black.
We're literally gonna have a slideshow of Chris's dicks, like a family photo album of just dicks. Apparently.
It's a green screen. It's just gonna be a bunch of
Family photo album. That's what it should be, like a calendar.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Just
my
open
grade
it.
8 penis.
Yeah.
My grade 9 penis.
This is me pissing. This is me getting caught in public by a copper.
First time
pissing.
caught masturbating in public. Grade 10.
Of course, all of this was on
It's
White House.
different. Yeah. I didn't know she was an old lady you couldn't know. I don't
Oh
know.
my
Okay, I
God.
don't know where I'm going.
Yeah,
with
so basically we're gonna have all that kind of stuff on the behind the scenes stuff, which is gonna be great. The Facebook page is gonna be up and live here within the next week. It's up and going. You can like it right now. You can go to it right now. There's not too much content there. We're gonna start putting content after the podcasts are done. We're gonna be updating it, hopefully daily, hopefully weekly. We're just gonna play it by ear, and this is all still new to us. So we're going as best as we can here, ladies and gentlemen. We're doing this for you. And so with that, we go into the community talk, since now we're past the whole dicks thing. Here, this is, again, what we like to talk about is, just local news and stuff like that, whether it's about Fort Saskatchewan or Edmonton. And the first thing is, we had 75 collisions in 4 hours the other day with the drop in temperature.
Brutal.
That is a lot.
Yeah.
I don't understand Edmonton drivers where you can actually start driving around, the weather, the temperature and stuff like that, so you know what the highways are going to be.
Yeah. It was also a nasty combination of the weather had been half decent for a little bit, and we didn't get much snow for a bit, but it got cold, so now we have ice, and then it snowed a shit ton.
Yeah.
So now you have black ice with snow on top of it.
It always makes
so
the
it's just
worst.
a fucking Yeah, I guess that just didn't clue in with a lot of people, but
I need to go to work. I don't need to deal with your shit.
Yeah, right? I don't know how many posts I've seen that day of people being like, "What the fuck is wrong with drivers today?" But
yeah, it was a mess, ladies and gentlemen. Like the Hyundai was like basically just bumper cars. That's all it was, from what I understood. But the other part about this that I wanted to get into too is we're gonna give not really a shout out, but we're just gonna give awareness to the 23-year-old douche nugget.
Douche nugget.
Yeah, that decided to do $1.54 that day on the Hyundai. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, and it's funny because in the news they actually said it was a Fort Saskatchewan kid. It's just like, oh yeah, no, telling me every time there's a Fort Saskatchewan douchebag that does something, I'm gonna bring it up on the podcast and make sure everybody's aware that all this shit happens, right?
Yeah. I think that's a good thing because like if you're willing to be an idiot, then you should accept the consequences.
And not only that, it's like the people who view our podcast know the extent that we will go to make sure that someone's name is thrown under the bus, especially if you do something completely stupid like that. And it's a good thing that this person's name isn't named in the article. All we know is it's a 23-year-old douche nugget from Fort Saskatchewan, probably by the name of Jeff. Fuck you, Jeff.
Jeff.
And
if there is a 23-year-old that is named Jeff watching,
we're not saying
necessarily
it's
you.
And if you have people outside your door,
probably
is.
If you have people outside your door
asshole.
basically stating that you're the 23-year-old person, please take names. We want to know if they're actually watching the podcast, if they heard it from here first.
Oh, yeah.
If you do get injured, we're not liable for any of the bills that
I'm not ever going to wear any negative harm towards anyone. We are not liable for anything that somebody else does. We're not Charles Manson this shit.
No.
We're
Because Charles Manson didn't do anything. Check out podcast 6 for more on that. The other thing that we talk about in this community here is we're going to go into the gas prices on the rise here, which is something that I wanted to bring everybody awareness
oil's
to.
on the rise too.
We all know come January 1st, like the New Year's, we celebrate because the next day we're going to wake up and be like, wait a second, I paid 95 cents for gas. Now it's 105. Am I still drunk? What is happening? No, this is what happens. It's a new year, so all of a sudden all the laws and stuff like that are implicated for the 2018 year usually come into play a couple of weeks after that. What's up?
Oil is doing great. Oil is doing fantastic from the last time I looked. I looked probably early January, and we were around the 59 cents.
Yeah.
We're at 64.3, which is pretty good.
Actually, what I have here is from Dan McTeague from thegasbuddy.com. Has actually been talking about how it all comes into play, like why we get that cost of it, right, when it's at that. And I wanted to break that down for the viewers because a lot of these people, too, are always like, if we pay like 105 and the government is buying for this, how do we pay this? Well, this is the breakdown. And first, before I give the breakdown, I have to say all this information is from GasBuddy.com from a guy named Dan McTeague, who basically says that we buy it at the wholesale on Friday was 68.2 to get to what the grand total of 102.8. This includes the 10% liter for federal exercise tax.
Yeah.
We also have the provincial sales tax, which is 13 cents per liter. You get the carbon tax now, which is the 6.73 cents per liter. And then, of course, the 5% GST, which we all know is going to come into play. But then the grand total of all that goes to 102.8. So one of the other things I want to bring up is all these people who are like, carbon tax. I'm looking at all this, and it's like, the carbon tax isn't exactly as bad as what people are thinking that it could be.
It never really
was. Obviously, it's a pain in the ass when we got to pay another 6.7 cents.
Yeah, it's a pain in the ass at the moment, but it's a general payout.
You go ahead. It's one of those things. But of course, like I said, I wanted to give everybody the idea of how it's all broken up. Paying 102 in Alberta for one of the provinces that actually produces it the most is, it's what I would say, obviously a little ridiculous, but you're never going to have the gas prices from one side to the other side of the country be the same unless you put a pipeline through it.
Yeah.
And we obviously don't want to do that, do we?
No,
because Yeah, I mean, I obviously have my beliefs on it. I think if you were to take some of the transporting out of it, which would suck because I know a lot of transport drivers who are the shit, right? And you're not going to be able to drive oil down a pipe, right? So I get that, right? But it does help with the emissions. It helps with the costs until obviously a pipe would burst because then you can have your zero expectation and your zero cost of damage and stuff like that, and what its yearly would be in comparison to the transporting and the trains and stuff like that. Then all of a sudden one pipe bursts, right, and then all of a sudden everybody in the whole country's fucked, right? Whereas one transport goes down, it's an inconvenience. A pipe goes down. So yeah, there is the pros and cons of it, and obviously the cons outweigh more of the pros to it, which is shitty. But it's just sometimes how the way it goes. We're obviously going to have to pay more the more east that you go or the more west that you go.
Are we talking about
just the gas prices in general.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. With that being said, that was that. We're going to go into a little bit more of the Edmonton news here. Benny fucking Benazzi, man, is coming to town.
Yeah.
Oh,
I saw that. That really surprised me.
I seen someone's status and it really kind of said it all. And she was saying,
it really caught me off guard.
Like, want to go relive high school again?
Right?
And I was like,
right?
Kind of do. Like that sounds pretty wicked.
Like all of a sudden, like halfway through the night,
I haven't been to the Union
not in a
since
long,
I was like 20.
Time. Yeah.
And
me neither. Holy crap.
Yeah.
And I haven't really listened to Benny Benazzi. Like, I haven't gone, like, what was that called? I guess it's like clubbing kind of deal? Like, that's club
clubbing.
music?
Yeah, clubbing,
I haven't done that since I was, like, 19.
Yep.
So, like, I'm getting close to 30 now. Might as well fucking
that's what
have one last hurrah.
That's
one last hurrah.
I feel exactly the same way.
Right? Yeah. I even told Kim this like a long time ago. I was like, I'm not huge into say like the raving or that type of thing anymore. But there's certain artists from my past. Like if you told me, for example, well, I got into Dead Mouse when I came out here, so that's different.
Yeah, so did I. Yeah.
If you told me Tiesto, if you told me Guetta, Benazzi especially, and even like little ones like Global DJs for crying out loud. Like if you told me some of my old high school shit was coming to town, I'm gonna get excited. Yeah. And that's why I said like Benazzi's like 60. I know he's not gonna come to Edmonton like that often and shit like that. But then when I see this, I was like,
probably his last try.
Maybe. I mean, Benazzi would probably like sit in a wheelchair like Stephen Hawking and probably just be like, everybody ready for satisfaction.
Here we go. Satisfaction. Nobody
just does it all with his wheelchair, right? I know this sounds horrible and I don't care, but starts like picking up the wheelchair, like push me. No, I'm just kidding.
He's asking people, push me. I need to get on this
stage. I can totally see that.
Anyway, so
I want to be sweet. The tickets that are available are the Tier 2 tickets for $25 at Showcase?
Yeah, so it was like Showcom or something like that.
Because that's the 2-level bar, right?
So any of my Thunder Bay friends, this is
Tier 1 would be like, Tier 1, I think it's just based on prices, actually.
Oh,
because it's...
I think so. It's your early bird price. Because Tier 1 was like $19.95.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
These ones are $25.
Which I think is when
these
Benazzi
are sold,
came out.
It'll probably be like $35. I'm probably going to go maybe buy a ticket after the podcast.
Well, see, there you go. Yeah, I'm debating it too. So a lot of all my Thunder Bay friends that we used to go to like Armani's and Roxy and all that kind of stuff. You want to come hang out with Benny Benazzi and me and stuff like that? We're not going to do the podcast live from there. I'm just telling you.
Okay.
Right now. But we'll have a great time. I'll give you my autograph, man. We're going to be signing autographs at Benny Benazzi, man. We're going to crash the party. We are going to be partying with Benny Benazzi. I'm promising you right now, if I get on stage with Benazzi, I will put it as a Fun with Foobz and Chris podcast, and I will play Satisfaction live.
I would be lying if I was like, I'm a little excited to see the women at a bar like that.
Of course you are, Chris.
Of course it's going to be awesome. I'm going to walk in there and be like,
yeah, they're gonna be really pretty for sure.
See, as a married man,
I'm hoping like the sex appeal is like just awesome.
Oh,
all I want to do is just I want to sit there and like.
Yeah,
I'm not going to do anything, obviously, but drink. But I just want to be so drunk that when Castaway or something like that starts playing, I just want to have my hands up and just every single day. And then like when he starts playing like the hard shit, I just want to make a circle.
Yeah.
Dance off to Benazzi.
Yeah.
Everyone make a circle.
I guarantee there's going to be a breakdancing circle.
Yeah.
I want to see
I'm going to make it.
I want to see it.
The second he plays, like, what's that one? Like, the Public Enemy song, Bring the Noise. And then there's a couple other ones, like My Body. He starts playing songs where I can be like, feel it in my body. Oh, I'm going to be like, fucking, here I go, kind of thing. Like, I want to hit that dance floor so hard.
I'm going to hit
the dance floor like Ray Rice is his wife.
I'm going to hit the dance floor.
What?
I wonder if Benny Benassi's wife is hot.
Wow. I'm pretty sure Benny Benassi's just like Tiesto, where they're like 50 years old and a DJ. He's like, I don't have time for wives. Wives? What is this? I have 21-year-olds in bikinis in Barbados.
That's true.
Why do you think I want to have a wife? Like,
you guys probably not have many issues with this.
Yeah, like you got to think about, why did Avicii and Taylor Swift break up? Because Avicii was the biggest DJ at the time, and you were the biggest country artist.
Dating Taylor Swift,
and that
I bet you like 90% of that goes through that woman's head is just drama.
Well, not
you
only that.
cheated on me.
How many? I know there's.
You were wrong. What are you doing? Don't do that. Oh, I'm so mad.
That's Taylor Swift.
How many songs, though? How many songs do you think, to be honest, were made about Avicii and her breakup?
What about like every break?
One
every time
album
she
for
breaks
sure.
up.
That's what I mean.
Every time she breaks up.
On the new album, you don't even need to have song titles. You just have the boyfriends
And
that
the
were
music.
supposed to, like, Tom Hiddleston and Avicii and fucking Bruno
And now
Mars.
her
Like,
new music is like,
Oh, I'm edgy. I'm out there, and people are like, "Yes, you are, Taylor."
Taylor's not here.
I'm like,
She's
what the fuck
dead.
is wrong with you people?
Whatever that line is, it's like, Taylor can't come to the phone right now. She's dead. Like, what?
Like, obviously, like,
What?
maybe I'll keep that for the rant.
Yeah,
Rant corner. For a rant corner about like celebrity worshipping.
Right.
Yeah, I'd love to hear that.
So we'll say that for Rant Corner. But then that was the community talk. We're going to get into the world news aspect of our...
Calvin Harris, not Avicii.
Calvin Harris.
Oh.
Eric with the Taylor Swift.
No, we don't say we're gonna fucking carpet. Our studio audience has informed us that it's actually Calvin Harris and not Avicii.
What did he do?
Calvin Harris?
He's got
He
some
was
songs, right?
one of the bigger ones for a
he's
while
got
there,
some
and then
songs.
Avicii and someone else came out, and Chainsmokers and
Wasn't she with John Mayer?
DJ
Anyways, let's get the
Marshmallow.
fuck off Taylor
And yeah,
Swift.
world news, ladies and gentlemen.
Jesus
We're going to go
Christ.
right into it. This is where we get a little bit more edgy on the podcast because
Yeah.
we actually like to inform you instead of keeping you
huge
quiet like
things
the
that
media
go
likes
on,
to try to. Liberals! Anyway, Democrats. Anyway,
That
sorry.
is liberals.
Sorry.
It is a mental
Sorry,
issue.
that if you want more about what I just said and how it affects Chris, please go to Chris's Politics podcast that he will have eventually going on.
Eventually. I have a few more things. I guess
We'll
we can
plug-
segue that into something, which is the next podcast. The sound is going to be so much better.
Oh yeah, we'll say that first before we go into world news.
Yeah, I've got.
Tell them what we got coming,
I've got
Chris.
a mixer coming. I've got a bunch of new mics. If you guys have ever watched like a lot of professional podcasters, they have the mic right up here. It's everything. Like it's all in they're mixing sound bites and shit. We're gonna have that. It's coming. It's coming, and it's probably gonna be on the next one. But I can't guarantee we'll get it perfect for the next one. But we're gonna get it pretty close. I think.
Yep.
I'm pretty excited.
It's going to be great.
I think it's
can't
coming
wait.
in on.
That was a
on
great
Wednesday.
little. I'm like 11 o'clock at night, about to go to bed. By the way, we're getting a mixer. I'm like, whoa, yeah, I can't go to sleep now. I gotta go to the bathroom.
I'm pretty excited for it. If I was to be
Yeah.
honest, I'm a little excited.
Yeah, so get ready for that, ladies and gentlemen, on the next upcoming podcast. So, world news, ladies and gentlemen. The first thing we got here is Trump was calling Africa a shithole nation.
Yeah, he was calling specifically Haiti.
there we go, yeah.
I think the Panama area.
Oh, it was
and
in
a few other areas. A shit.
That was my part. And well, he said a little bit of Africa too. I know there was a
Yes,
shot at Africa.
yes.
I didn't realize it was more directed at Haiti though. So that's
there
fake
wa-
news on our
yeah.
part.
Because I don't know if you know too much about Haiti, but Haiti legitimately is a place that's pretty. Like, if you were to go to Haiti, you would probably say this place is a shithole. But the way he had worded it, was more towards. It was more a direct reference to the people.
Yes.
And not so much the actual area.
Yeah.
So, you know,
Which was the big problem that a lot of people saw.
Usually, I'm pretty like bipartisan on the idea where I try to keep a very middle ground outlook in politics. I don't really pick a side. Like, I am more conservative than I am liberal.
Yep.
With that said, there are certain things you just don't say.
Yeah.
And there are certain things, especially the President of the United States, maybe needs to take a second to realize that you just don't say certain things about certain countries.
Nope.
Especially about the people and everything like that. It's one thing to call North Koreans guy Rocket Man and
my button's bigger than your button.
That was really fucking stupid.
But funny.
But
stupid.
But like you're making a joke out of nuclear war. It's not really
you don't
not
do that
really
shit.
something you do.
No.
Especially when you control the button.
Yeah, like
when you
the
have
nuclear
full
briefcase
control
or the
of
nuclear
button.
football, whatever you want to call it. But like it's
especially when you control.
it's
I have the button.
it is getting harder every single day to defend Donald Trump.
So, I agree.
Like, it is
Oh my God.
so hard to defend this idiot. Like, and that's what he is. He's a fucking idiot. Like, he might be maybe he's brilliant in business a lot more than I thought.
Yeah.
Or think.
Our studio audience is shaking their head in displeasure.
Maybe he's a lot better at politics than I think. But
well, here's the thing. You know what he did do
as
with
an
this
individual,
comment?
he's a fucking idiot.
Yeah. What he did do with this comment is he did not essentially to say bring awareness to shithole nations, but you have a lot of people that kind of came out and was just like, if you take the fact that he was trying to say it towards people out and just address the fact that some of these nations are exact shithole nations,
They are.
then yes, they are. There is, hold on, we're not going to say any name, but there is a close, no, you're fine, studio audience. There's a name that we're not going to use. It's someone that is on my Facebook that brought up a very good point. Whereas they've been to said nation a few times and stuff like that, and have come back from said nation a few times, and has said that yes, it is a shithole nation. If you saw the way that it was ran, and if you saw the way that they need help, you would understand.
Like going back to, I guess, just sort of the political rulings on the United States as it is, especially with immigration and everything like that, and that's where the conversation was originally
what
about.
immigration now?
Like they're kicking out like all these people and everything like that. Look, a country has the right to do that. A lot of countries do that. A lot of countries kick out people from certain things. And some of the stuff he was doing for the immigrant, I can't remember the exact nation, but some of them where he was like, we need to get rid of them. The reason we brought them in originally was due to a national disaster. That disaster is now over, and it's been over for 15 years. They can go back now.
Yep.
And I'm like, okay, that's not necessarily... It's bad for them, yes, but it's not necessarily bad for the economy or the country.
No.
But then to segue that into doing what he does,
he's not the proper world leader that, or even like
this is the big issue
needed.
with Trump. Like, every day is a controversy.
Yeah. Well, it's because he's got Twitter.
Every day. Well, not only just that, but like every day.
But it's Obama.
It's crazy.
Barack Obama, when he was president,
he had issues.
Sure,
he did good shit.
But even on Twitter, okay, when it came to the whole social network and what we see on the news, he never really fed them because Democrats don't like to do that, right? To say that they hired the media to like not be democratic, but the media to not exactly sway them, but to have a little bit of power in it.
Not to joke, but like there was this candidate in the last election named Hillary Clinton who definitely tried to use the media for some pretty nasty shit.
But and that's what I mean is Democrats have a little bit more of a sway in there, right? Yeah. So now when Barack Obama had Twitter, Barack Obama would make a tweet. And it would be a respectable tweet once every month, once every 2 months. And then if something was off-worded from that, then that's when you can get news. But that's people just pulling at something, right? Yeah. You don't need to pull at anything with Donald Trump's fucking tweets,
which is bizarre. Like
you people are having jobs off of his tweets. That's a fucking problem.
People are losing jobs. The stock market is a
fucking joke.
Bag.
Yeah.
It's like... it's funny. Like 140 characters go a really long way.
Yeah. To segue into what Donald Trump has kind of done, he's kind of put this fear around the world and segueing into the whole Hawaii state of emergency thing
I read
that
about
happened
that this morning.
literally today.
That was weird.
That was very weird. So Hawaii basically had, if anybody hasn't heard the news yet today, we're breaking it to you first here. Hawaii had a state of emergency text and on their TV screens of a ballistic missile that was coming to Hawaii, I guess. and to seek shelter immediately.
Yeah.
This was not a drill. It wasn't a drill, but it was fake. It did not happen.
No.
They're still out. I haven't checked the news again, but they're still trying to figure out how this happened.
There might be a concrete reason behind this now on the news at the moment. But when I was reading it, it was saying that they don't know why this came out at the moment.
And there's this sad video, not really sad, but a weird video that I saw on one of my sports
Can you imagine how scared you'd be in this
No,
situation?
and see, this was what there's a gentleman that was on a golf course that got the warning, and he was golfing, and he basically made it an issue, like a video to his wife and his kids saying, "I love you. If this is how I'm going to go out, I'm going to go out golfing in Hawaii. Like, I'm sorry I couldn't be there, and like, sorry you can't technically be here, but like, if this is happening, I'm dying playing golf, right?" And he got a par.
It took 18 minutes.
Cool. So
it took 18 minutes for any response to it.
Yeah.
So for 18 minutes, everyone that got that, which was everyone in Hawaii, everyone thought they were going to die.
Yeah, for 18 minutes. That's crazy.
Like, can you imagine that?
That's an interesting.
Terrifying.
I actually want to write about that.
Yeah.
I want to write about that.
Fantastic.
18 minutes, and you
can
basically you were told you were going to die.
18 minutes.
Yeah, you could make a movie in 18 minutes.
Black Mirror's got it already.
Oh yeah,
Black Mirror's on this shit.
I seen a picture the other day of Black
Oh my
Mirror,
God.
and it was like a guy in a pool, and it's like, what the fuck was it? It was so ridiculous. It was like, oh, I'm in a pool. Oh shit, the world isn't fake. Oh wait, it's not real. Oh wait a minute, I guess I have to die now.
Yeah.
Black Mirror.
Yeah,
Like,
Black Mirror.
what the fuck?
Black Mirror, like me and Kim watched the first episode of Black Mirror, and for anybody who hasn't even tried it yet, Black Mirror, we've only got the first episode in.
First episode of the third season?
Of the first season.
Oh, the first.
Yeah,
Okay, you went back to the one before Netflix then. Right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I was just like,
that's where I started
I
too.
downloaded the first season, so I just have to watch it now.
And
Oh
like,
man, I'm on to season 4. I'm almost done, and I'm just
not to ruin anything, but like, if you were ever put in a position, would you fuck an animal? Like,
I love that episode.
I fuck a sheep.
would you
I
fuck a
heard
sheep?
about that.
It's not a sheep; it's a pig.
They're a pig.
A pig.
And he's got to
Not just like a
He's
pig.
gotta fuck a pig.
Not like piglet.
Spoilers!
Yeah, spoilers.
Doesn't
Sorry.
he have to fuck it till he comes?
Oh my god,
TV?
dude!
Isn't
I don't want to get into
the president of the United
No,
States?
he's Prime Minister of Britain or something like
Britain,
that.
yeah.
And, like the Queen, like basically tells him to do it and shit. It was like,
he
oh
has
my
to
god.
fuck a pig live on
Me and Kim
stage at a
did
specific time.
Yeah, me and Kim did not know what the fuck we were watching. But then here's the thing: the what do you call it? The statement of that episode. Like, again, spoiler.
Yeah, it's really
like, and I'm really sorry. Like, just turn this off for a second. Like, the fact that everybody was watching a screen and said person that was released, right, is just walking around the streets of Britain and no one helps her. That was fucked.
Yeah.
1.2 billion people tune in to watch a prime minister fuck a pig. You're damn right that's what the fucking world would do right now. That is disgusting.
Yes.
That is disgusting. And
100%.
I'm one of those people, and I'm sorry.
That's why it was such a scary episode.
Oh, I know.
That's what makes
Relatable, right?
Black Mirror amazing is the fact that
God.
they are hitting those things that make us excited and tick.
Yeah.
And
It was weird.
It's crazy.
It had me.
That's
That
how I've always
definitely had
described
me.
it.
Oh
That's how
yeah.
I've always described to people who are like, "What is it?" And it's like it's
a lot of people are
show.
comparing it to Twilight Zone with me.
Well, that's what. Yeah, people.
And
were
I was
saying,
like, when I hear about it,
Interesting,
though, I'm
like,
like, this is definitely, it's kind of Twilight Zone-y.
It's
but,
because it's just one episode for that
acid.
story. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, on acid. Like,
Yeah,
taken
it's
to
new
the
age.
next level.
Yeah, and just think what, like, Twilight Zone, and then 30 years later we get Black Mirror. Just imagine what it could be in 20 years later.
Oh my God.
I
Yeah.
really want to know.
So going into the next thing that we have in world news before we just do our plugs and we go right into the rant corners in the game section of the podcast is I just want to like throw in some kind of weird world news shit that's going on. So Switzerland government, which we all know to be a nice, happy government and stuff like that.
Yep.
A little bit of peacekeepers, I guess you say it away. Today they have decided to ban the boiling of live lobsters. Their reasoning for this is that the lobsters actually have nerve endings and feel the pain, so therefore boiling them is actually more of a torture, which Switzerland is entirely against. So it was just one of those things that popped up on the news where I type in the weird news and there's usually like, this person did this person did this, and it was just a nice little Switzerland decided to stop boiling lobsters that are alive.
I understand
That's
why
kinda
that
cool.
would affect
I like that.
a lot of people, like, because like traditionally that's how you cook lobster.
Yes. You want to hear your animal scream?
We are in this very
scream for me, bitch.
We are in this very much. Well, they don't scream, but like we are in a very PC culture these
days.
That's
the air escaping. That's what it was.
Yeah, it was air escaping the shell, which means they're still dying.
We're dying. We're dying.
Pressure in their shell.
No.
But
I'm dying.
We're in a very PC culture nowadays, where it's like you have to be. You don't have to be, but like if you're not, people tend to get offended.
Yeah,
because everyone gets offended these days. But I kind of seen that one coming a while ago. Mm-hmm. I was like, all right, so eventually someone's gonna make the argument about the lobsters being cooked alive.
Oh yeah,
like that's gonna happen eventually.
Oh yeah, and it hasn't caused any uproar. That's good. Switzerland's like, oh, okay.
There's other ways to, there's other ways to do it. You can kill them humanely first and then do it.
Like, firstly, the real question I want to ask, like, anybody is, how the fuck do you get a lobster alive and well to Switzerland? It's fucking cold. Well, how the hell are you going to boil a lobster that's alive anyway? It's fucking frozen stiff by the time you get it there. Like... You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Yeah. I'm not trying to be stereotypical to the Swiss or anything. Yeah. I'm just saying it's pretty fucking cold, man. There ain't no lobster just popping out of some ocean near Switzerland being like, oh no.
Switzerland is going to be the first place you see it. I think that'll be something that the western side. Yeah. There's going to be a few people in the news.
It's a statement.
There's going to be a few people in the news in the next 3 months that make a big deal out of this.
Oh,
and it's going to become something because of it.
Ladies and gentlemen, that has been world news.
Oh, there is one last thing.
Go ahead. Sorry, that's not all for world news. And I brought that again.
I read an article last night. I was out playing pool with
our studio audience.
And the whole audience, really?
Whole audience, all of them, all 57.
Y'all don't even know.
I seen this post, and then I had to double check this post because I was like, okay, well, this might be fake. Because there's a lot of shit I read on Facebook that I'm like, obviously you didn't do 2 seconds of research and you don't know that this is fake. I seen it. I was like pretty excited about it. Did a little bit of research. Actually found the source for it, which was from NASA.
Ooh.
And it was the fact that there is a shit ton of water on Mars. A lot more than we thought.
Really?
And I keep up to date with Mars news quite frequently.
Yeah. Elon Musk going to show Mars some freedom.
Yeah. I keep up to it quite frequently, and the last bit of news I read actually kind of made me sad, which was the fact that like they had thought they seen salt primes or water primes.
Yeah.
Basically, it's just water coming out of sand.
Yeah.
But it's got so much salt in it that it doesn't fucking evaporate immediately from the atmosphere of Mars.
Okay.
But they thought, okay, well, that's actually not water. That was just sand moving. And I was like, well, that makes me sad because it was the first big proof of water.
Yeah.
This newest report that comes out says, oh no, there's shit tons of it. Like they scanned a few areas and they were like, this water piles in these areas, they're 340 feet deep.
Oh wow.
340 feet of ice water. And it's
That's
huge
loads.
stretches of it. And this is not like on the North or the South Pole. This is on like the equator. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, that's
fucking crazy. So I'm gonna stop that because I could talk about about Mars.
I love Mars,
and
man.
Space travel and stuff like that. I could go on for days.
Did you know I wanted to be one of the first people that's going on this mission to Mars? So
you
that
want
when
to do
I got
it too?
There, no, what I wanted to do is I literally wanted to go there.
Did you register for?
No, I just because what I really wanted to do is I just wanted to kill every single person that was there. And then be the only person on Mars. Have my own greatest comedy show. Be my own chef, and wait 4 years for anybody to come get me.
And then
I'm fucking ready. I got 4 years to prepare for a whole world to come after me. I'm in. Like, come on, mass murder.
I guess you would be the king of Mars.
I would literally have a camera every day and just be talking to him and be like, guess what? You get to sit here and listen to my comedy routine, bitch. You're still coming for me. Well, you got 3 years. 5 months and 42 days. No, 22 days. That's right. Fuck you, bitch.
It's amazing how crazy you are already.
Yeah.
Before you get.
I know, right?
Yeah. Like before you left the planet.
I wouldn't do it on Earth. There's way too many people and not enough time. Obviously, it would put me on Mars. Mass murder. You're all screwed. It's only me. Come get me. Anyway, so we're gonna plug into our YouTube channel here before we continue.
I had something to say about that.
What to say?
Can I say something about the Mars thing?
Quickly, of course.
Yeah, okay. The craziest thing is what happens when you get so far away from Earth that you can't see Earth anymore when you look behind you. And then that's only halfway.
Yeah.
So they say the second half where you are literally traveling for like another 4.5 months or something, or another 8, 9 months, I think it is.
Yeah.
For the entire 9 months, you can't see your home anymore. And they say it fucks with your head. You don't even know what direction it is anymore.
That would fuck with me hard.
Yeah.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen,
we'll do a separate. Maybe we'll do a separate podcast talking about like space and stuff.
I love that. That'd be cool.
I would love to do that.
So, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to hear the podcast again when it's all done and stuff like that, you can go and download it or just view it at our YouTube channel and subscribe to it so you can get that notification when it's up there at the Fun with Foobz and Chris channel. If you want to get some of the nice behind-the-scenes content and maybe even see who exactly our studio audience is here today, ladies and gentlemen, go to our Snapchat, whereas mine is Foobz77 and Chris's is Tercero Chris.
Also, with the background content, we're going to use a lot of the Instagram thing we're going to do. I think we're going to dedicate most of that to background content, certain pictures of the scene,
after and before.
Maybe answering like questions of how we do this, yada yada yada, stuff like that. We could dedicate things like that.
And if you want that Instagram, and ladies and gentlemen, go to the Fun with Foobz and Chris Instagram. And if you want to see some of our more savage posts and some of the funny stuff that we come and think about that we want to throw onto the podcast, and we don't exactly want to write now because I don't exactly have pen and paper every time it goes somewhere, we're just going to go and throw it up on our freaking Facebook feeds. But it's going to be at the Fun with Foobz and Chris Facebook page. So you have to like it and share it and tell all your friends, because my alter ego is going to be the one that writes shit on there. It's not going to be me. It's going to be my alter ego. It's going to be Chris's alter ego. And if you all know me very well, you know exactly what my alter ego can be. Fubar is a fucked up person. I apologize for everything Fubar's ever done back home and out here. And
maybe I'll do a lot of the posting while I'm drunk or something.
Exactly. Ladies and gentlemen,
I'm drunk. I'm gonna post something.
I would love to read drunk Chris posts.
Drunk Chris posts. So, ladies and gentlemen, those were the plugs.
Drunk Chris does a lot of stupid shit on the computer, man.
Remember, follow all that kind of stuff. We'll have all that information in the podcast comments or on our Facebook pages and stuff like that right after the podcast. Also, what we do around here is we just go through the comments.
The next day and realize I did that.
We go through the comments here and we just basically see what everybody's been saying on the podcast, and we thank everybody for tuning in. I'm going to check right now. It looks like Jamie was the first comment. Of course, I saw that he shared it. Thank you for being one of our biggest fans and one of our best sponsors, Jamie. Rob Ewing, put that Red Wings hat away. Lol, boo. Listen, when your Avalanche have more Stanley Cups than my Red Wings, then you can come talk to me.
Ooh,
sorry, buddy.
Shots fired!
James said it's probably that Jeff. I can see that.
Fuck Jeff.
Ryan Rice, coworker of mine. I want to see the guy in red shave for all the viewers. Like, are we saying like Chris or me? And are we saying our head or our beards? That's the real question. Yeah, you want me to shave this?
It's definitely that.
It's probably this.
Yeah.
And I'm definitely never shaving this again with all the beard material I have. And then Rob Ewing says T-Bay is 127.9. Yep. Or I'm sorry, $127.9 for gas. Which is, East Coast is always going to be way more expensive.
It's probably more in Vancouver right now.
Way more, probably.
Oh, yeah, it did way more.
Way more. So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we got about 15 minutes left on the podcast before we're done. So we're going to go straight into Stoner Corner quick, which is just, firstly, me informing you guys of, anything that has to do with the marijuana when it becomes legalized that is happening this year, apparently.
I'm going to the bathroom because I don't know anything that's happening in the last couple of weeks.
No, you go ahead. You got to hurry up, though. Hey, you got to watch your bladder for these podcasts, yo.
I'm drinking.
That is fair.
I'm drinking. Fucking assholes. Drinking.
So the first thing is I went to go get my teeth checked. Now, I'm not going to say which dentist. I'm not going to say which dental assistant. I'm not going to say anything like that. But I basically just asked them, when weed that gets legalized and stuff like that, do you guys anticipate to have way more like customers? Are you guys prepared for it to be doing things to people's teeth? Like, have you guys been like already studying this for a while? Like, what's your guys' side of it and stuff like that? And the person that I was talking to basically turned around and said, if anything, when we ask people now, do you smoke? And they say no, they'd be like, okay, but do you smoke?
Yeah.
Right? This is now one of the things that they have to ask. And if they say yes, they're like, okay. And they basically have just told me that it's the same thing as if you smoke cigarettes.
Yes.
Smoking is still technically bad for you.
Yeah, just inhaling the smoke into your teeth.
Exactly, and so it's the way it's going to be.
Yeah.
Like, you can, brush your teeth and all that kind of stuff and have the cleanest routine for it, but the problem is if you toke, you are susceptible, I believe is the word, to the same type of issues that you would have if you smoke cigarettes. Obviously, it's not going to be as bad as cigarettes because there's a lot more toxins in the cigarette, but it's just the fact that you were inhaling smoke is one of the things that is going to...
You're burning a substance that's turning into carbon and it's covering your lungs.
Exactly. So if for any of those people that are wondering if it's going to affect your teeth, guess what? It might. But is it going to affect your teeth more so than what smoking or eating candy or anything like that? No.
Smoke as much as you smoke cigarettes.
Exactly.
And cigarettes in the end are a lot worse because there's this whole additive aspect to cigarettes, right?
Yeah.
So they add a bunch of shit to cigarettes.
And
marijuana, it's probably going to be, when they start selling it federally, I guarantee you there's going to be additives, but it's probably not going to be nearly as much as cigarettes.
It's just going to be like pesticide. It's probably what it's going to be. There's going to be certain pesticides where people are going to be like...
I've been keeping a little bit of an eye on that, but they've kept it very, very hidden on how they plan to do this. So.
And if you have any more questions about anything or anything that you want to be informed about what's about to be happening in our country with the legalization, you can message us. You can even go to the Facebook page. You can go to me. You can go to Chris.
Yep.
We're basically open 24 hours, 365 days a week. You want to ask me something at 3 o'clock in the morning, I'll probably answer you at 6. When I wake up.
It's the same thing. Like, if you guys have any questions about marijuana stuff, like, we have been doing a lot of reading. We've been really looking into it.
So there's a reason why we have Stoner Corner on this.
Yeah.
Once it is legalized, this corner that we have is going to be
a little bit different. Not saying anything.
No, because I've never tried it.
But, because I've never smoked marijuana.
I've never smoked marijuana.
Ever.
Never before?
Never. Anyway.
Not once.
So going into
life.
So that was Stoner Corner, ladies and gentlemen. Just a little information that we had today, not too much. Now we have Rant Corner. What we do is we have anything that's basically on our chest and stuff like that. If you want to get it out, here we go. Any of the people here, obviously Chris has had something to say.
Chris, I always got a rant.
Yeah, so Chris is going to go here first.
So so celebrity worshipping. We were when we're talking about like Taylor Swift and shit like that.
Sure.
I made a comment, I think, last podcast about Logan Paul and everything like that. Yeah. And I think when it comes down to it, it's this idea of celebrity worshiping. Like, people at a young age are very much, like, influenced by celebrities. Yeah. They're like, oh, well, my God, this person does this and this and this and this, so I've got to do that. And, like, role models from when I was a kid, maybe I'm different. I grew up on a farm, everything like that. My role models were people I knew and I connected with.
Yep.
Nowadays, it's role models are a person on a television screen, encouraging a movement on something. And most people don't fucking know what it is. It's like they have no idea. They've never experienced that. They have no reason to be in the movement. And yet, for some reason, all these things continuously happen. Like, celebrity worshipping, it is one of the weirdest and most fucked up thing we do as a Western society. Mm-hmm. We look at people and we put them on a pedestal because they fucking acted in a movie or they sing music, and all of a sudden they're right because they were in a movie or they did music. And it's like, what the fuck?
Or Leo DiCaprio sees a Chinook. You know what I mean?
And like, for some reason people think, oh, well, this guy's got the right idea. It's like, no. Now
he's the
maybe look at this a little bit more logically, a little bit more sane, instead of looking at it as, this person's my idol, and I'm going to justify reasons behind that. But it's a thing that's been progressing so much more and faster and stronger and harder than I thought it was. Like 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I thought it was a problem. But nowadays, it's at a point where it seems like not a majority, I don't want to say a majority, but like a good amount of individuals believe it now.
Yep.
They're so far into the Kool-Aid that the Kool-Aid is shitting out of their own ass at this point. Like,
the Kool-Aid's not sugar, it's salt.
And it fucking annoys me. It annoys me. There's too many times I've been in conversation with someone that, well, this celebrity said that. I'm like, I don't give a fuck what that said.
Oprah's running.
Oprah's running president. I'm like, did you not learn from the first reality star? Like, fucking get your shit together. Like, if you want someone to be... Okay, that's a separate one. That's a separate thing. That's a separate thing. I hear people like, oh, Oprah should run. I'm like, fuck you, Oprah should run. Like, she's not a politician, and she shouldn't be.
No.
Like,
no, God, no.
Exactly.
She can't handle crisis with Syria. She just wants to give you a car. Like, fuck off. Like, there's a certain part... People need to realize that there are certain people who are trained to do certain things, and there are other people who just want to do it.
Yeah, do it.
They just want to do it.
Do it, man.
They want to go out and get a coffee, and they want to fucking do it.
Yeah.
You can't let these people do that because they're not qualified.
Yeah.
And
well,
yet,
said,
100% agree.
with that said, 2020, Oprah. It's Oprah.
Dylan, do you have anything that you want to say today?
I was just going to say... Well, I completely agree with Chris there.
Basically, just on Chris there,
I was thinking about what I was going to do for my rant earlier, but, you know, it's getting harder to think of something, you know? so I'm not, I don't know, I don't get angry all that often.
That's fair.
And
I don't get angry, I just get...
I get
angry.
And not saying that's what it is, but because like I get that way too. Obviously, it's just like lately I don't have a whole lot of struggles, so it's harder. I don't know. I'm just been avoiding just fucking
deep diving. See, I got one actually.
Social media. Yeah, go
ahead.
ahead.
I got one that I want to get off my chest here. I do have to word this appropriately though, just to save my own ass.
I had to word myself appropriately.
People go to work every single day to make money. People go use this money to benefit their lives in certain ways. Where it's myself, you spend money to get things for the podcast. You spend money to put these nice, beautiful posters down in my basement that make me happy. You buy things to put food in my belly. You know, you got to work to do things like that. I agree. Work isn't everything. And if anyone ever tells you that, they are, and I quote myself, fucking wrong. When you go to work, you are working to basically keep yourself alive. You are basically, there are many advantages to working. It makes you a harder, better man, harder, better woman. It gives you experience and it gives you knowledge. And it gives you, at the end of the day, money.
Could have said that better.
But at the same time, that money does not buy you full happiness. That money does not pay for everything for you to have on a daily basis. My time with my daughter and my family is worth more than any amount of money that can be offered to me on this fucking planet. And I will accept working for nothing to make sure that I am with them, because even working for nothing, I can still provide for them and give them a roof over their head and give them education. Not necessarily Kim, but my daughter. I can educate my daughter. I can raise my daughter. If you are working your 12-hour days, your 16-hour days, you're up at camp, and you are doing what you do to make money so that you can live the life that you want, I still envy you and I still respect you. But at the same time, if you are one of those people that believe that making all this money is going to be the true path to your happiness, you are wrong. And like I said, fucking wrong. Being with your friends, being with your family, being with the beautiful creations that you create are what makes you happy. And if it doesn't, and you going to work makes you happy, then make sure that you go to work and you are said happy. Because if you go to work and you're not happy, and you show that to everyone at the workplace, maybe people aren't going to follow you. Maybe people won't listen. Maybe the reasons that certain things happen at workplaces is because of the morality that happens. So remember, ladies and gentlemen, that deep down, money is going to keep you alive. But it is love and your family and your friends and the things that make you happy deep down and on a daily basis that is going to feed said happiness. And it's going to feed you day in and day out. That is my rant. Ooh. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I'm going to give that a slow clap. I'm going to give that a slow clap. That was Yeah, no, I couldn't. Like,
Yeah.
I can't argue anything.
Exactly.
There, man.
So now, ladies and gentlemen, we only have about 5 minutes left in the podcast, so we're going to do a quick game after that, since, that was a little deep. It's time to get a little sporadic here, ladies and gentlemen. We have Dylan and Chris here that are each going to have a whiteboard.
Cool.
I am going to sit here, and I am going to ask them a couple of questions. Reason why we're doing this and just doing it quickly and stuff like that and having a little fun is because we still got some beans that we gotta use, for one. And for two, I'm actually doing a lot of homework into trying to come up with a few games where I can actually come up with the game and not be a side influence where I know all the answers. You know what I mean?
I would love if the audience could give us some ideas for what do you want to see us do for like games and stuff like that. I really like the game section. And,
so do I.
I like trivia.
Section, yeah.
I like shit like that. Ask anyone. I watched Jeopardy probably too much for a guy that's my age.
Or not enough, apparently.
Probably not enough.
Yeah.
But
you gotta go back to season 1 when Alex Trebek had hair.
I watch it. Not okay. Never mind.
Yeah. Anyway, so this is how the game.
But give
is
us ideas.
Go. Give us more ideas. Any games that you think that we can start coming up with for the podcast and stuff like that. We're gonna
appreciate it.
Yeah, anything. It's the same thing that we've done from podcast 1 all the way through now. If you guys have anything that you want to see on this podcast that you want to see us do, let us know. We'll try to incorporate it. It'll be great. I promise you that. So with that being said, this is how this game's going to go. This is a quick one. It's called Sports Corner Game Section.
Fuck.
Why? Because Chris and Dylan don't know shit about sports.
I know
UFC. I decided, I decided to throw myself under the bus here a little bit for the last few minutes. I am going to ask them a series of questions about the NFL. It's going to be A, B, or C for the answers. They're going to write it down on the board. If Chris gets it right, I have to eat a bean. If Dylan gets it wrong while Chris gets it right, he does not. I have to eat the bean. If Dylan gets it right, Chris, I have to eat the bean. Chris does not have to eat the bean. Now, if both of them get them right, I have to eat 2 beans. If both of them get it wrong, they each have to eat a bean. So that's how the rules go on this, ladies and gentlemen. So the first question I am going to ask them both, actually.
5 years?
Yeah, I've been looking over, man. And I wanted to say something, but I didn't want to say something.
Chris goes hard on the podcast.
I was like,
so the first question to you, gentlemen,
for this podcast.
A, B, or C. Actually, no. This is how this is going to go. The first question to you is: in the NFL, there are currently 32 teams.
Okay.
Each city has a logo and a team name that are incorporated to each team.
Yeah.
32.
Now, you gentlemen have to tell me right now what team name is the Jacksonville team.
The Bees.
You have to write it down. You have 10 seconds to write down your answer.
A, B, or C.
There will be A, B, or C's. Ready? 10, 9, 8.
Fuck, I don't know.
7.
I'm gonna go with.
I'm gonna
6,
guess just for the podcast.
5, 4.
I have no
3,
idea.
2, 1. And so the answers that you now have. That markers off. Markers off.
Sorry,
What do you have, Chris?
Without
says-
showing the bottom, because that's for something else.
Bees.
Bees.
Okay, so we're gonna go with bees. You're wrong. Dylan, what do you have?
I'm gonna go with
the Phantoms.
Phantoms.
Yeah, you're definitely off there too. The real answer is the Jaguars.
Damn.
The Jacksonville Jaguars. So both of you are gonna get a bean here. I'm gonna put a
Fuck
point.
is this fair?
So it's a point for me.
We don't fucking know NFL.
I'm aware.
Fuck
I'm aware.
you.
So it's up to 3
Fucking
because
ginger
you both
shit.
got it wrong.
Ginger
You're
fuck.
both. So
Yeah, this is total bullshit.
Eat a
You-
dick. Eat a dick.
you get to choose between the Tutti Frutti or Dirty Socks.
I get
and
to choose
Dylan.
it. You just gave it to me. Fucking
And
asshole.
you are
It's
either going
definitely
to get
the
the
Dirty Socks.
buttered popcorn or rotten egg, Dylan.
Oh. I don't want to do this.
Well, you're going to have to. Go ahead.
Yeah, something ain't right there. Something ain't right there.
Yeah, you might want to grab that. Grab the garbage bag right there, Chris. There's a garbage bag right there. You can grab that.
Gross.
Oh, I really don't want to do this.
It
Go
was
ahead,
pleasant for the first second when the sugar hit me, and then I realized, oh, this is fucking death. Thanks for that.
You got buttered popcorn, didn't you?
Yeah, buttered popcorn.
Yeah,
It's not bad.
you're
I got
good.
Yeah.
You're good. So you got the dirty socks.
Yeah,
So it is
definitely
currently
tasted like it.
It is currently 1-0 for me. 1-0.
1-0.
The next question, I'll do A, B, or C for this one. Okay, I'll just go based off of what you guys gave me. So the next person who gets it wrong is going to have to probably do a lime one, unless it's 2 of you. So the question now is, Okay, here we go. What team plays in Philadelphia? Is it A, the Falcons, B, the Eagles, or C, the Lions? You have 10 seconds to answer. 10, 9, you have to write it on the whiteboard. It's 8, 7, 6,
Yeah, I think
5,
I know this.
4, 3, 2, 1. You both want to flip over?
Falcons.
Okay, so both of you had said that the team that plays in Philadelphia is in fact the Falcons. That is wrong because currently on the TV, the Atlanta Falcons and the Philadelphia Eagles are playing.
Oh, the Eagles!
Dylan is going to get a lime.
I'm not doing another one. Fuck that.
Come on, you got a good one. It's either lime or lawn clippings for you.
Yes.
Actually, and you get the same one there.
Who gets screwed?
It is 2-0 for
This is
me.
the last one. This is the last one. I'm just saying that right now.
It's lawn clippings, but it's not that bad.
And what did you have?
Oh, I don't remember.
It's in your mouth, Dylan.
How do you not remember?
The lawn clippings or lime?
I think it's lime.
Okay, so you've been good. You've got the 2 good ones. Okay, so Dylan's good. It's 2-0.
No, it's actually
not that bad.
We're going up to 3.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
I'm going to do an easier one for them. I'm just going to spin to see what it is. And the question is, we all know that my favorite team is the Buccaneers.
Yes.
What city do the Buccaneers play in? Is it A, Miami? Is it B, Seattle? Or is it C, Tampa Bay?
It's Tampa Bay.
You have 10 seconds.
Tampa Bay.
10,
Tampa
9, 8, 7,
Bay.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, the question, gentlemen.
It's Tampa Bay, bitch.
Okay,
Yeah,
this is
go with
Tampa
Tampa
Bay.
Bay,
This is
bitch.
Tampa Bay.
We're gonna
You're
both
both
be wrong.
right, but the answer technically is C, Tampa Bay, so you're both wrong.
No,
No, I'm just
okay,
kidding.
no.
I'm kidding. So it's mine.
If you had
Oh
pulled
my
that,
fucking
I would have
god.
thrown this laptop. They're like, well, that's
So-
the end of that.
Oh,
Can't
I don't
have
even
Andrew
want-
as a
I don't
friend
want to do
anymore
this.
because he's a fucking dick.
So it's 2-1-1.
We'll get to that
2-1-1.
later.
I haven't chewed this yet. Mine was blue, and it's either Berry Blitz or toothpaste. And if anybody knows the podcast, I fucking hate toothpaste.
I don't know why you would hate toothpaste. It's so pleasant.
Yeah, it tastes like mint. Nice.
Oh no, Andrew, I feel so bad for you. Was it dirty socks? Eat a dick. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Fucking don't give a shit.
Okay.
Oh no, toothpaste.
Yeah, the same thing happened to me when I got
Okay.
the dirty
I
socks.
have definitely drank too much.
Yeah, you drink a bit.
Definitely had too many.
Last year, the biggest comeback ever happened in Super Bowl history. Which team won the Super Bowl last year?
Tom Brady.
A, is it the Seattle Seahawks?
It was
B,
Tom Holland.
the New England Patriots? Or C, the New York Giants? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's New England.
Oh, Chris got New England. Dylan?
I went with Tom Holland.
What the fuck? What the fuck? It's not even relevant.
Okay,
So I
so
don't
I
know.
only get to eat one. I'm technically not going to give you that. Oh, for fuck's
It
sake.
wasn't Tom.
Okay, so I have to eat 2 of them because I only ate one last time and I remember the rules. So the first one I get is either Juicy Pear or Booger. And to Chris's, yeah.
No, I got New England.
No.
How the
I
fuck
know-
is Tom Allen?
No, I said, and to Chris's benefit, I get either moldy cheese or caramel corn.
Fucking eat that molded cheese, and you fucking eat it. You keep it in your mouth. You fucking love it.
Oh, fuck.
Love it. Love it. Put it in your mouth. Yeah. Now suck it. Who's my dirty ginger? Who's my dirty
Okay, I'll put the
ginger?
green one in too, just in case.
Yeah, you put the green one in there too. It's a little moldy.
Oh my fucking.
Oh,
Gross.
Oh man, he's gonna throw up.
I hope so. Fucking barf all over the table right now. Do it. Do it.
Okay.
No, keep biting into it. Keep biting it. Just bite into it. Just fucking enjoy it. Yeah? Is that rough?
Holy shit.
Fucking
Don't make me laugh. It's gonna make me fucking.
puke? That'd be a pity.
It's so fucking okay. Flash, this is the tie-breaking question. If Chris gets this right, Chris wins. If Chris gets this wrong,
Why is it me?
Yeah, because Dylan's out.
I'm done.
Oh my god.
My rage quit with Tom Holland.
Oh my god. This is the grossest fuck. Okay.
You ever? Oh, never mind.
Okay,
I was about to say something super
right.
inappropriate.
All right, Chris.
I'll do another one, but
So
not right now.
The San Diego Chargers. Fuck's sakes. And the St. Louis Rams.
I can.
Are the two teams that have relocated to Los Angeles to be known as the Los Angeles Chargers. Fuck's sakes.
Yeah.
And the Los Angeles Rams. What city is the Oakland Raiders relocating to in 2020? Is it A, Las Vegas? Is it B, New Mexico? Or is it C, London, England?
It's
10, 9,
I got this one.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I'm gonna say
The question.
New Mexico.
You say New Mexico? Dylan, what are you going to say?
I went with moldy limes.
I fucking hate you. Why do I even have you on my team?
So, Chris went with... My fucking god. Chris went with New Mexico. The answer is actually A, Las Vegas. The Raiders are moving there. You have lost. I have won my first game of 2018. Thank God. So that's Andrew's a winner. Andrew is winner. I don't feel like a fucking winner right now. That is gross. Oh my god.
I hope you
you, my friend, get between chocolate pudding and canned dog food.
Okay.
That's not too bad.
That's definitely canned dog food. I can look at that.
I can smell it.
Fucking... Eat it. Fucking...
Look at the inside of that. It's fucking
eat
I
it.
can smell the dog
For
food from here.
the fans, you have to eat it, or they will forever know that you're the one that pussied out at the canned dog food. If I ate boogers and what was that fucking moldy cheese at the same time, I have that taste in my mouth and it's fucking gross. That's fucking gross. Yeah, eat it.
Tastes like
Canned dog food, probably.
tastes like used sausages.
Used
Like they
sausages?
were shot out of a person,
Used.
and
Oh
now
my
I'm
god, I
eating
can
them.
smell it coming off your the dog food. Wow.
That is great. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that has been the podcast, of course, and that has been our Bean Boozled section of the sports game.
I could survive off that.
Sports game.
If I needed to.
The sports corner. What we do at the end of the podcast is just thank everybody that tuned in. Thank you. And like we said, if you have any new ideas, new games, new anything for us to try, you can drop it in the comment section. You can message us. You can go to our Facebook page that we have up now and stuff like that. You can go to any of those. Basically, let us know what you want to see. And we're
it smells like dog food in here.
and we're gonna try to entertain you more the best way that we can. We're just getting everything of the process set up here. Once we have the process set up and we have a couple more equipment, this podcast is going to be off the hook. And I promise you, ladies and gentlemen, Fort Saskatchewan will know who we are by the end of 2018 or 2019. You will drive into this city, and when you see that Dow little advertisement thing, and they show Rare Form and they show everybody else, you're going to see, tune in.
It's gonna be me and my one nipple showing there. It's like the FunWithFoobz podcast.
It'd be like that James Franco, Seth Rogen, Jonah Hill, Michael Cera picture where they're all like naked holding each other kind of thing, and boxers and shit like that,
Maybe
but not naked.
Yeah. Maybe without
in-
them being such sexual harassers, yeah.
In togas.
Oh.
Togas.
Okay, we're gonna bring it back Roman.
Ooh, I like that. So you ready for this, Chris? We give thanks to our sponsors, ladies and gentlemen. Our first sponsor of this podcast, of course,
It is
Curly's Coils.
Curly Coil.
For your harder, better, faster, stronger vaping needs, ladies and gentlemen, get to the gentleman at Curly's Coils for all your vaping needs. You can message them. They will probably send you some stuff outside of Alberta, whether it is in a respectable part of the country. They can send it to you there. All you got to do is email them, message them what you need, what you demand. You got any questions and stuff like that? Look at them on the Facebook. Our other nice, loving sponsor to the podcast is Rare Form Theater with their up-and-coming play, Dying to Meet You, which is a hilarious, fast-moving comedy. Richard and his wife Barbara accidentally offer the same room as lodgings to a young undertaker and a young woman who has the mafia after her.
This is a problem.
Beer number 6, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, to stop this.
Confusion,
I gotta get
panic,
started.
cross-dressing, and many misadventures or misunderstandings abound in this great night of theater.
What am I
Tickets
doing?
are available at ticketpro.com for the February 23rd and 24th podcast showing, at 7:30 p.m. each night, $18 at the door and online. And stay tuned to this podcast in the upcoming weeks for when we have the director and possibly or one of the stars on this podcast. They're going to be talking about their Rare Form Theater association, how they started
How they got into acting, how they feel about the play, feel about character acting.
Exactly. We'll also have possibly some other people that have been part of Rare Form Theater. I myself have been part, same with one of our past guests, Eric Wooden, who is not currently here with us, being a video audience. Studio audience.
Video audience.
Yeah, video audience. What? You're the video audience watching this. So thank you again to Rare Form Theaters for sponsoring us. Go see them. And then, of course, we have our lovely shout out to Daddy-O's Fort Saskatchewan. Chris, take it
At
away.
10309A 100th Avenue, Monday through Friday from 10:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. Saturday 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. You can also get a hold of Daddy-O's for all their products listings and everything like that at www.daddyos.com.
Yes, sir,
Get them
ladies
for
and
their
gentlemen.
fine smoking accessories.
Everything that you need, Daddy-O's has. And we love you for having everything that we need. And ladies and gentlemen, that was the podcast. Thank you for tuning in.
Yes.
Number 10. We made it to 10, and we thank you for watching all 10 of our podcasts.
I drank a lot in this podcast.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I did.
And just so that
I went a
everybody
little
knows,
hardcore. It's Saturday. I don't
It's Saturday.
fucking care. Like I'm
really
just
excited.
so everybody
Yeah.
knows, the game right now between
do it.
Atlanta and Philadelphia is 10-9. Thank you again for the January 13th podcast number 10. Thank you again for all the fans. Stay tuned for more content coming up soon, and we will see you next week. Got that logo up there now?
It's about to go up
Yeah,
right now.
that fucking logo up. That fucking...
There we go.
We good? We good? We just let her play.
Yeah, we let it play for a bit.
I love it.
Bullshit.
I love it. So, Eric, I mean, studio audience, how'd you think of the podcast? Did you enjoy that?
Did you like
Is
that?
that all good?
It's kind of weird watching you guys masturbate.
I was gonna say, can you please not have your hand in your pants while you make that
It was
comment?
odd
please?
seeing you guys just fap the whole time.
Yeah, behind the scenes,
I
people
actually
are
get
fapping.
turned on by getting watched.
Yeah?
Do a podcast.
Yeah? Oh my god, we're at 10 watches!
Deep diving in this.
No, it's when you were eating the moldy cheese. Crystal's like,
Yeah,
Mold the cheese!
all right.
Just mold that into my exterior!